Good morning and welcome to Mark Stone's little chat with the new Melton Bowls coach, Todd Trewarne. Todd, welcome to the program this morning.
Thanks, Mark. Good to be here.
Just we want to try and find out for the members and people that are following the Melton Bowls Club what the club's been up to in since the COVID hit in March. What have you as a club been doing as far as the Melton Bowls Club goes?
So we've been trying to stay in touch as much as we possibly can. Obviously, with the first lot of restrictions, we were still able to get down to the club and bowl with restrictions and social distancing and all that sort of thing in place. So there were a number, like a cap on numbers of how many people we could have at the club, how many per rink practicing and whatnot. So the first lot of restrictions, we were able to still get together down the club. But, we've been updating our uniforms because obviously our uniforms are reasonably new, but we've been getting hoodies and new hats and things like that. And in terms of inside the club, we've been bees around the place. We've got all the members have rallied together and we've painted all the club and painted two big Mustang murals on the wall because obviously we're the Melton Mustangs. So we've put two horses up as you walk in. And yeah, we've been built some new storage rooms and things like that. So just trying to be as productive as we can.
So we've seen all sports around Australia, in the world, in fact, being affected by COVID. How has the virus affected? You may have answered this question in the first question, but how has the virus affected the club?
As I said, the first lot of restrictions, it was bad. It was sort of like we weren't able to get as many down to the club as we could, and the clubhouse wasn't actually open, so we weren't able to go in and enjoy each other's company inside sitting down. But as of the last few weeks, the club's been completely shut. So we've just been trying to stay in contact with each other via social media and things like that.
With the pennant season and the upcoming season, how is there any word from Bowls Australia or Bowls Victoria about how the season will unfold and how pennant will go this year?
There was a bit of confusion, a bit of grey area for a while there, but recently Bowls Victoria have given us word that all things going well with the state government and things like that, we'll start round one on November 7th, which is a little bit later than usual. Normally we'd start sort of the first weekend in October. But yeah, hopefully with things going well, we'll be able to start November 7th. And they've also shortened the season. Usually it's 18 rounds and then finals, but now this year it's looking like it's going to be 14.
That's really good. It's good to hear that at least the bowlers can get back and have a bit of contact. It may be a mask-wearing season, which is at least you're actually out there competing and having a good social time, which is really important. So you as a new coach, it's it's an exciting time for you as a new coach. And what are your goals for the season?
It's very exciting for me. My personal goals as a coach, from a coaching point of view, is to just try and bring the club and its team, everyone's teammates together, and try and not just focus on one team in particular, but all four of our teams. But on the green, one of my biggest goals is to get our top side promoted back up in Division 1. A couple of years ago, the top side got relegated into Division 2, just losing a few players and things like that. Sometimes these things happen, but that's one of my main goals, is to get the top side back up. Obviously, that's where I'll be playing, so that's my immediate goal when pennant's happening. Other things like our third side just went down last year as well, so looking to get them promoted back up. And yeah, that's mainly the two on-field goals. Our first and third side promoted, and our second and fourth side to stay in the division.
So, like bowls, like football, I'll give an analogy of Aussie rules about preparation for a season or a new season, and you being a new coach. What ideas do you bring in as preparation ideas for your new squad? And, obviously you may have gone down the recruiting path. How has that gone? But preparation for the new season, what do you think to put in place?
My biggest training, how you play. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are our training nights, and we really work hard at that. We started to, obviously, and there's been a bit of a hold on that, but we've been talking amongst ourselves about our little goals that we're going to do, and Tuesdays where we've decided we're going to focus on drills. So just setting up cones and things like that, going through the motions, and then Thursday is more like your pennant practicing in your teams and things like that. And also working on our attitude, our positive attitude and mindset, I think is 50% of, or even more, 60 to 70% of the whole game. It's all a mental battle. and we've got to rally together. Especially in this season, it's going to be even more difficult because it'll be starting later in a shorter season. We won't get as much practice in. So yeah, I think that's the two main things. Just Tuesdays and Thursdays, everyone getting down to training and training as a team, and then working on staying positive on game days and things like that.
A good culture, and I mentioned briefly before, a good culture, a good environment creates an environment to bring in new players and recruit new players. And I'm sure that the community of Melton, will be excited by the fact that they've got a new coach and they've got a new direction. And that should be all go well to recruit new players into the club type.
We've recruited quite well this year, actually. Last year, as a result, as I said before, that Melton, we sort of lost a few players over the last couple of years, not due to any reason, just trying out new things and going other places. This year, we've really focused on trying to promote youth and get some young people into the great culture that they've worked really hard on the last few years before me coming across. So far, we've recruited 9 new members, which is great, not including myself. So including myself, that's 10. And we've worked really hard on trying to get the right people in, because the culture is the most important thing in a club. If you don't have a good culture, then you're not going to succeed on or off the green. So we've worked really hard on trying to get the right people across, and we think we've done well so far.
And I think that you mentioned briefly the junior aspect of the bowls and bringing in new players. And when you have social bowls and recreational bowls, but junior programs are really important. I'm sure that you and Bowls Victoria would have been having a couple of conversations about new programs that bring in for bowls, because all sports are trying to find different ways to see cricket with T20, but bowls and juniors and younger players in junior programs are really important to the future of any sporting club.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, lawn bowls is, I suppose, considered as an older person's sport in the past. In recent years, it's certainly changed. As Bowls Victoria have done a great job with junior programs and even under 25 programs and things like that. The chat that I had with the president and the committee at Melton when I came across was that we wanted to get juniors in, because that's something that Melton's only had a few of as of recent years, a few juniors, and we really targeted trying to get good players that will help us on the green, but also, as I said, good kids that help out around the club and will bring a good feel to the club. As for the junior programs with Bowls Victoria, they have quite a few actually. There's obviously the state bowls, which is the more competitive side of things, and that's connected to all the junior programs in the regions and things like that. We've just joined up with the Bowls Victoria schools program, which is connecting local schools with a tournament run by Bowls Victoria, just to get kids in the game. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that when it starts up later in the year.
Now, on your right sleeve, you have a sponsor logo there. Before I go on this little chat, haven't been in sponsorship scenarios a lot of my sporting life. Sponsors are really important. So I want you to give your sponsor or sponsors a plug right now. It is about community sport, and it is about sponsorship, and it's about giving brand recognition to the people that look after your club. So who's your number one ticket holder there and sponsor, and the key people that really make the club tick as far as the committee goes, and obviously people that connect to the club, but people outside of the club that really care about the Melton Bowls Club.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously, without sponsors, the club doesn't go on. Our main sponsor is Melton Country Club, which is just across the road from our club, and their support's, it's endless. They're fantastic supporters of ours, and we often have meetings with them and constantly working on new ideas of how to make the club better and work together and try and take the club into great success off the field and on the field. Yeah, they run help run all of our tournaments. They donate prize money and things like that. And all our members are pretty good with getting over and supporting them back.
Now, Todd, before we finish up, I want to pick up on a little point you mentioned before. You've recruited some new players. Off the top of your head, can you name them?
Yes, I can. So other than myself, we've recruited a fair few young guns. First of all, our youngest one we've brought across is Lily Dodd. She's 14, I believe, but still has a fair bit of experience in the under-18 field. She's represented the state on numerous occasions, and she's come across from Bacchus Marsh. So she'll be a great asset for many years to come. I believe. We've also a family friend of hers, Corey Davey. He's come over from Bacchus Marsh as well. He's in his early 20s. We've also grabbed Sophie Kurzman. She's come over with me. She led for me last year. She's also been dominating the under-18s in Victoria for the last few years. She's only just turned 18 recently. Another great pickup for us. We've also picked up my sister, who's had a fair bit of experience in the under-18s as well, and also played Division 1 bowls for a few years now as well. Another one we've picked up is Luke Nemeth, another one from the under-18 scene. I played juniors with him for a number of years. He's just turned 20, so we've really picked up a few young guns. Also, my father and 3 other new bowlers that have come across in their first year. We feel like we've got a good range of beginners that have come across to the club, and also experienced players that can help us in our higher sides to achieve what we want on the green.
Sounds exciting, Todd. And the Melton Mustangs are looking forward to the season. From what I'm reading, it may be later towards the end of the year, which is going to be a great thing. So to you and to the club, Melton Mustangs, good luck for the future. And let's hope you can go one step higher, go up to that Premier Division when you want it, when you can get it. So good luck. And, let's hope it's a great year.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Mark. And to all the members, we hope to see you soon, and stay safe.